Sit straight. Head, neck, backbone straight. Erect but comfortable. That is Sthira Sukha Asana. So if I'm able to sit in one position for 45 minutes, it's a big achievement without unnecessary moving hands, legs, eyes. Let us withdraw our entire mind, which is scattered, which is anekagra during the day, from all the preoccupations it was having till now. Family, business, this, that, social media, WhatsApp, relationships. Right now, I am only a sadhak. I am not a wife, husband, grandmother, grandfather. Right now, the only relationship what I have is sadhak, and I want this knowledge. So shifting the relationship is extremely important. So I withdraw my mind from all past experiences, future, dreams, desires, anxieties, and I bring the mind and focus on my senses. That is one easy technique to bring the mind, withdraw the mind, pratyahar, from outside. So for next 45 minutes, I affirm that my mind will be focused where my senses are. The mind will not go to its memory and imaginations. And let us pray sincerely to God and Guru that they take care of the obstacles. So let us focus where we are sitting, just experience the touch. Just follow the words which are coming on my ears and tell the mind, I will just follow the words for a few minutes. Just experience the touch, any smell coming in the room. Eyes are shut, any sound coming on your ears of the fan or AC or any other sound. Just observe the sound without judging, without analysis. I scan my body from head to toe and toe to head in 1 minute. I have to just repeat the words that relax the head, relax the shoulders, relax the back, relax the stomach, relax the base where I'm sitting, relax the thighs, relax the legs. So my body is relaxed and alert. In this, body also gets healed quite a bit. My body is relaxed and healthy. All my senses are alert. And now I focus my attention on my breath. No form, no color. The breath is moving from inside to out, outside to in. Next step, I observe my emotions and thought. Even I observe the thought that I am observing. Whatever thoughts are coming, I'm observing. And just we have to tell ourselves that I am an observer. And I have no choice right now what will come in my mind. Good, bad, ugly, past, present, I am an observer. Observer is different than the observed. So whatever is happening in the body, mind, intellect, I am the observer of the thoughts, emotions, sensations, perception. And now the last step, I will observe the observer. I have to just ask one question, who is the observer? The answer will come, I am the observer, and let us stay with that feeling, sensation, perception, thought, whatever we call. When the attention shifts from the observed to the observer, a lot of things starts happening. So there is observer on one side, there is attention in the center, and there is observed on the other side. So we have to shift the attention which is in the center, that is the mind, from the observed scenery to the seer. And this is meditation, contemplation. Even if the mind remains for 5 seconds on the observer, it is worth it. So with this peaceful, alert observation, we will do the chanting. Om. Om. Om.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunattu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Asmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Asmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sthavaram Janghamam Vyaptam, Yatkinchit Sacharacharam, Tatpadam Darshitam Yena, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapiyat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्.
Hari Om Vidya, very nice chanting. So when we do this meditation, if you have observed that our mind is becoming quieter and peaceful, I must note it down. Yes, slowly it settles down. And that is what we want before we learn Upanishad. So last time we saw where we started with Lord's grace, Isavasya Upanishad, which is normally taken as the first Upanishad in the scheme of study of Upanishads. So we came to know that it appears in Shukla Yajurveda in mantra portion. What is the significance of this? There is a big significance. We will see once the basic introduction is over. So again, why we repeated that what is the significance of mantra portion is very important. And this is the only Upanishad in the entire Vedas which appears in the mantra portion. So the chanting is very important, which will have a rhythm. It is not a prose, it comes in the mantra portion. So that we will see that Vedas have 4 parts and this appears in the mantra portion and what is the significance of it. Last time also we saw the importance of knowledge. Knowledge is the key for success and happiness. Knowledge is the key for health. Any problem in life can be related to knowledge. If I am not having health, I do not have knowledge how to become healthy. If I don't have money, I don't have knowledge to create wealth. If I am unhappy, I do not have knowledge to create happiness. If I am not having harmonious relationships, I do not have knowledge how to create harmonious relationships. So knowledge is the key in life. This is a very important part to note down, which in our Shastra is called as a Jnana Mahima. Jnana Mahima means knowledge is the key. Whoever is successful today, they are having more knowledge than other person. As simple as that. Then we saw that why we are studying this, because Veda is the Pramana. What is Pramana? Pramana means valid means of knowledge. So any knowledge is not important for us. We must study what is the valid knowledge. WhatsApp, YouTube, Facebook is not considered as valid knowledge because we do not know the author, we do not know the source, and we must not form opinions based on it. That is very important. So when we learn Shastra, we must actually study Shastra from a person who is following a lineage. And it is always important that at least few scriptures, suppose we study with one person, then we understand the lineage from where it is coming. Like we are following a particular lineage of Adi Shankaracharya. And our mat is Sringeri mat. And the Swamis in Chinmaya Mission are called as Saraswati title. So once we get established into it, and we saw last time that Veda is the Pramana. So now, today, very interesting topic we are going to take in means of knowledge. So what are the valid means of knowledge to know this world? Important questions are asked in Upanishad and in our Vedas, that knowledge is important, but what is knowledge? That is very important. Then how knowledge is formed? Right now, all of you are listening on the mobile phone and laptop or whatever you are having. So the sound is coming from this laptop or from your mobile phone. It is falling on your ears. Now today we are going to analyze this. But after that, what is happening inside, that is what we are calling as knowledge. So how that knowledge is getting formed, and why some people say that I understood, I got the knowledge. Some people say I didn't understand, that means I was ignorant. Some people say these both are okay. In Upanishad, when we are learning, Guruji says either you understand or you don't understand, that is still okay. But suppose you are in between, that I'm confused, that is a problematic thing. So last time we saw any knowledge is called as knowledge, valid knowledge, when it meets 4 parameters. Actually, we are not having live class. Otherwise, I would have asked, anybody remembers what are the 4 parameters? Anybody remembers? Any knowledge which is not having these 4 parameters is not valid knowledge. Anybody remembers? Please put on chat. Okay, what is the meaning of Smruti Vilakshanam? Smruti Vilakshanam means I am not interested in knowledge which is based on memory, because memories can change. 20 years back, I used to like one person. After 20 years back, I don't like that person. Memory has changed. Earlier, I used to, can never be negated. I want all 4. First is, can never be negated in any yugas. I was liking small cars and dolls when I was small. Now I don't like small cars and dolls to play. My memory has changed. Doubtless, second one. It cannot be doubted. Third one. So that's very not dependent on memory. Third one. Okay, fourth one. Nisha Parekh, very nice. Fourth one. What is the fourth one? So those who are not remembering, correct. Those, that which does not change with the means. That is the most important one. Suppose I change the mean, if the knowledge is changing, then it is not valid knowledge. So no confusion means no doubt. So now we will come to what are the means of this knowledge. That is called as a praman. Valid means of knowledge. So what are the means? Authority of knowledge. Now there are little more than what I am going to discuss, but for our understanding, we are going to take the main ones. So first one, to know the Jagat. Later on, I am going to conclude why these means are important to discuss, because we will know that why when people ask that I want to see God, I want to hear God, but the means what I am employing to know God is wrong, because eyes is not the means to see God, because God is formless. No, I will not believe if unless and until I see. But this is Atindriya Vishaya. So now we are going to discuss that why Veda studying is important, because Veda definition is that subject which is Atindriya, which is beyond senses. Senses means mind and intellect also. So we must study Vedic knowledge, and so this Upanishad, what we are going to study, this knowledge we are going to get, or this knowledge what is expounded here, is beyond 5 senses and beyond mind and intellect. Atindriya Vishaya. So now first is Pratyaksha Praman, 5 senses. So all of us are having 5 senses, which is called as a Pratyaksha Praman, direct knowledge. Prati Aksha, that which takes place when there is a contact between sense object and the senses. So now this is very important to note that we have got 5 senses, and one sense cannot replace the other sense. that ears cannot see, tongue cannot hear. You might say that I know, but this is very important in sense knowledge. So what is to be known by that sense, we have to know only, because eyes can only measure light and form, color. Ears can only have sound. So that is a means for it. Right means for right object. So eyes are authority for color and form. Ears are authority for sound. That way we have to write down. Tongue is the authority for taste. Then skin is the authority for touch. Nose is the authority for smell. Now, what is the importance of this? Very, very important. That story of elephant and 4 blinds, we have to remember, because that is a Vedantic story. A blind person cannot know the elephant, because to see the elephant, to know the elephant, the right means is eyes. I cannot touch the elephant, I cannot smell the elephant, I cannot taste the elephant, and also this is what is elephant is. So now this Pratyaksha Praman is required to know the Jagata. So we have to note down. Later on we are going to conclude that why each Praman is required for what. Very important. Pratyaksha Praman is required to know Jagata, not God. The next Pramana is called as Shabda Pramana. Okay, I have seen something. Suppose tomorrow you go to China and there some person is talking to you in Chinese. You are hearing the word. The knowledge is happening or not. The knowledge is not happening. Only the sound knowledge is happening. Then somebody has to tell that this person is asking you how are you? Now even some people talk some other language, then I say, okay, what that person has told. So somebody has to tell. So that is Shabda Pramana. Second example, what happens in day-to-day life. We go to another country and somebody offers us some dish. Then we ask, what is this? The sense is smelling, the eyes are seeing, I can taste it, but what is it? Somebody says, oh, first time when we went to USA and then went to Pizza Hut, then they gave us, we asked one pizza, one pizza came. After putting one piece in the mouth, they told it has eggs. So Shabda came. And then immediately I kept aside the pizza, because we cannot figure out in America which contains egg, which does not contain egg. If Shabda is not told, then I will eat that pizza. How do you know that this is veg or non-veg? Shabda Pramana. This is the Pramana, what we have to accept as validity. Valid means. When we are in school, kindergarten, we are told that this is A. We are told this is B. Please, we have to now think on this. Then only we say, no, I am so knowledgeable. But suppose we ask that why we should call A as A. Why we should call B as B? No, I don't know, because I have never asked that question. Because my teacher told it this is A. This is B, this is C, then A for apple. Then I realized that, okay, A for apple, this is all Shabda Pramana. Without Shabda, I cannot know anything, even though the experience is happening. Hari Om, I want you all to focus on this sentence, what has been mentioned 30 seconds back. I am experiencing something, but I cannot know what it is without Shabda Pramana. I am experiencing Atma, I am experiencing Brahman, I am experiencing Satchitananda, I am experiencing infinite bliss. Because I do not know it, I am not experiencing it. So Jnaneya Mukti, why I am not experiencing this infinity or this Satchitananda Swarup or this Brahman or Atman? Though there is experience, so I cannot say I do not have experience of Atma or Brahman, because I am Atma and Brahman. Because somebody has to tell. So Shabda Pramana is the most important Pramana in all the Pramanas what we see. And that's the reason it is very important in day-to-day life. Whom are we talking? Whom are we listening? Whom are we going for advice? Suppose I am sick, I have to go to doctor. I should not go to a neighbor and say, I am feeling bad. I am not well. I am having this problem. You must go to the right person, because that right person will tell right pramana. We can see one pramana whose video is on, Dr. Narayanan. Dr. Narayanan is pramana on authority on medical science. His diagnosis is super. Though he might say later on, scold me, why are you announcing? But still, I must not go and tell anybody that I am having this problem, because he is the Shabda Pramana on that particular disease or illness. So very, very important. The implications of this, if we start thinking, are huge. So now the Vedas or the Upanishad we are going to study is which Pramana? It is Shabda Pramana. So without Shabda Pramana, whatever perception comes on our senses, we cannot know. So the first step is perception. The second stage is recognition. So knowledge can only happen when we recognize, oh, this is this. Suppose we go to another one example. This example is taken in all Shastras. Suppose we go to Himalayas, and then somebody has told you there you will see a yak, or Ladakh. And we go there and then we see some animal and we don't know that animal is a yak because it looks like a buffalo. Then somebody has to tell, no, this is yak. So the Shabda Pramana, till it happens, we will not understand it what it is. This is an important distinction. So after Pratyaksha Pramana, our understanding or knowledge happens with Shabda Pramana. The next very, very important means what we regularly utilize and do it without practice. Though here we are not going to go into different logics. When those people who have attended Pramana Vichar, those who are having notes of Pramana Vichar should go back and study what we have studied in detail. What is the next Pramana? Anumana, inference. This is the Pramana on which our knowledge is based. All diagnosis is based on inference. In Anumana means after perception. Now suppose we contact doctor and tell 1, 2, 3 symptoms. That perception has come on his ears through the sound, and then he will infer with his knowledge that earlier I have seen 10 cases of this, so it must be this. So now this example is very important. After next Pramana, I am going to ask one question and you have to put in chat. What is the difference in this Pramana and next Pramana? Anumana means inference. Seeing one thing and inferring other thing. This is where we constantly do. When we say this person is good, inference. This person is bad, inference. You are having a problem, inference. How do you know? I saw the symptoms. The example taken in all the Shastras, this example we must by heart. Wherever there is fire, wherever there is smoke, there will be fire. Vice versa is not applicable. Because there is no smoke when we put on the gas. So suppose we see a smoke coming right now, you are sitting in the room, and suppose you find smoke coming outside your building, then immediately you will get up, forget the video, forget everything, don't listen to Upanishad, that is not important. You must see where the smoke is coming from. Because the priority is not Upanishadic knowledge. The priority is where the smoke is coming, because wherever there is smoke, there will be fire. So wherever there is smoke, where there is a fire, is called as Vyapti, relationship. We have taken a lot of examples in this. Suppose you go home in your house and suddenly you find 4 or 5 chappals outside the house. You may say, oh, guests have come. This is inference. Suppose you find No, I know Vidya's car or somebody's car. Suppose I find that car next to my building, then I will say, oh, this car belongs to Vidya. Has she come? So inference, because majority of the time I have found this car and one person association. So that association is the key, which is called as Vyapti in Anumana Praman. So I want you all to think and put in chat some examples you create by inference, because all our knowledge is based on inference. So now very, very important, why our knowledge is faulty, why our knowledge is not valid when suppose I observe what I talk, most of the time I talk invalid knowledge because my inference may be wrong. No, this person's behavior I don't like. Invalid knowledge, not interested. Upanishadic student is not interested in any invalid knowledge. Because on what basis are you inferring this person is good, bad, this, that? All the time we are gossiping about inference. I think India is going to win inference. Where is the Vyapti? No. In 1983, we have won World Cup. So we will win. No inference logic. Because relationship is not strong. This is your assumption. This is your presumption. This may be your wish. So now very important point. Human beings have progressed. All scientific inventions, all theories, all the things what we have developed is based on this Anuman. This Anuman is this inference Anuman. Praman is accepted by Buddhism, Jainism, all the schools of thought, Nyaya, Yoga, because that is the main Pramana what they use in logic. So henceforth, for all Upanishadic students who are there today and who are going to listen, if some class is missed out, I must ask validity of my own knowledge. This will be the next. How do I know God is there? No, it is somebody told me. How do that person knew? So then I have to give a logic. This logic is very important because in our Shastra, Nyaya, Yoga, these schools of thought believe in Vedas, but they believe logic is first and Shruti is second. Uttar Mimamsa and Purva Mimamsa and Uttar Mimamsa, for them Shruti is first and Yukti is second. They don't say, no, Yukti is more important. But for Nyaya and Yoga, they say, okay, I believe in Yoga. I believe in Vedas. But I don't believe whatever Shruti will tell. I believe what is the logical thing. So this is a distinction between the schools of thoughts what we have. And that's the reason they do not have the concept of God as we have in other schools of thoughts. This I'm talking in Vedanta only. There are 6 schools of thoughts in Vedanta. So Anumana Praman is very important. This I must ask from today. How do I know whatever I know? What is the validity of knowledge? I know because Guruji has told. Guruji has heard from Gurudev. Gurudev has heard from Tapovan Maharaj. Tapovan Maharaj knows from what Adi Shankaracharya. So the validity is proven. And what Adi Shankaracharya is telling is exactly same as Ved Vyasji has mentioned. Ved Vyasji has compiled the Vedas. So whatever I am hearing, whatever I am talking, it has the validity of Vedas. So it is true. All other knowledge is invalid. There is no standing for it. The next pramana is Arthapatti. This is very interesting pramana. People think that Vedanta is very boring and very dry subject. Upanishad. No, there are jokes here also. So one of the classic jokes of Arthapatti is like this. The teacher will say, Devadatta. Devadatta's weight is increasing, but Devadatta doesn't eat in daytime. So what is the Arthapatti? Now this is a classic example. One person went to Gurudev and told, Gurudev, I am not eating anything, but my weight is increasing. I told this joke. Gurudev were sitting there and he called 20 people. Come. So people came. What happened? He told, see, one miracle is here. Here is one effect without a cause. She's telling she doesn't eat anything, but the weight is increasing. So here same what Gurudev was telling is Arthapatti Pramana. Devadatta does not eat anything during daytime, but his weight is increasing. So what is the Arthapatti presumption? He might be eating at night. Second example, I get up in the morning and see the roads are wet. Now this after today, I have to think what I am actually using is Arthapatti presumption. No, it would have rained yesterday. Because the water is not only small water and some pot, the entire road is wet. So municipality has either come and wash the road, but I can see the trees wet, I can see the road wet, I can see the compound wet. So it would have rained yesterday. This is Arthapatti Pramana. This is presumption, not assumption. So this is based on cause and effect relationship. Seeing the effect, we know about the cause. Now this is very important, very important, because this Arthapatti Pramana we use so that we say that when we see the Jagat, world, the cause has to be the God. So God is the cause, world is the effect. So we are presuming that God is there. So this Pramana is used to know the existence of God. Cause is God. Now, as I mentioned to you, there is a slight difference between Arthapatti and Anumana. What is the difference in presumption and inference that you have to think? If you are able to figure out, please put in the chat. 30 seconds time. Why Arthapatti is slightly different than Anumana? Why inference is different than, how inference is different than presumption? Inference is considered as a very solid Pramana. Arthapatti is not considered as a very valid means compared to inference. If somebody gets, this is your homework, or if you get, you write down in the chat. If you don't get, you have to think that what is the subtle difference between these two and why this is important. So if you are finding this dry subject, then I don't know what will be the most interesting subject. What am I doing? How am I thinking? How am I concluding? How am I thinking that this is right, this is wrong? What is the validity? Whether it is inference, whether it is presumption, whether it is pratyaksha, or whether it is shabda praman. Now I have to think. The next pramana is world I see, so I presume that there has to be creator. So this pramana actually is related to this. That's the reason this pramana is required for by us. There cannot be an effect without a cause. So this pramana is based on cause and effect. Inference is not based on cause and effect. Car and person is not cause and effect. Wherever there is this, there has to be that. That is inference. But Arthapatti is based on the cause and effect. So that is a subtle difference. The next pramana is upamana, comparison. This is what we normally do most of the time. Suppose you tell a person, I went to Taj Mahal, the person will say, I had went there and this was like that, this was like that, this was like that. The person is not interested in what you are telling. The person will say, this is like that, this is like that. I know. The person, most of the time, what we do, we compare one thing and another thing. So suppose we want to tell, anybody knows now the fruit, what is available in the market. This is an interesting example you can experience tomorrow. I don't know how many of you know what is a Simran fruit. Right now it is available in the market. One of my favorite fruit. It is called as a Simran fruit. Now suppose you don't know what is a Simran fruit, then what will I tell you? That okay, tomorrow you go in the fruit shop and the fruit which looks like tomato is the Simran fruit. Looks like tomato because it is slightly orangish, slightly pinkish, but like a tomato, it will have a small green leaf on it. And the shape of that Simran fruit is like the tomato. And the person will go and exactly find out, okay, this is Simran, this is Simran, and the knowledge of Simran will happen. Comparison. Knowledge with comparison. Knowledge with pratyaksha. Knowledge with inference. Knowledge with shabda praman. Knowledge with analogy. This is very important to note because I have one intention of doing sometime at least Adhyasa Bhashya. In this example is taken very much. That this is like this, this is like this, this is like this, this is like this. So from this I have to know this. And this I have to master because whatever we learn about Brahman and Atman, they are only talking about qualities. If you see Upanishadic stories and videos, we have so many videos. Oh, Atma is like body. Oh, Atma is like mind. Atma is like intellect. So they no. The similarities are not there. Then they find dissimilarities. So today, please tell me last time who was there, who is not attending the class. Anybody can figure out who is not attending the class today? Anybody can know? Please tell me, put on the chat. Last time this person was there. Today this person is not there. Anybody can figure out who is that person? Gayatri, we had taken Gayatri's example when we were learning this. Gayatri Iyer was not there last time, but today she is there. And somebody was there last time, but today that person is not there. Anybody can know? So next time I want you all to tell on the chat that this person was there last time, but not today. This knowledge of absence, now please listen carefully. We can have knowledge of absence. This is a very beautiful pramana. How do we know that today this person is not there? Because last time we saw that person. Does anybody experience absence of tiger in today's class? Taken a screenshot of attendees. Good. So Gayatri, next time I'm going to ask you who was there today, was not there. So very important. Anupalabdhi means knowledge of absence of something. Very powerful pramana. And this we regularly do. When we come to a class, I always say, whenever we were having live class, people will come to the class and say, this person has not come today. This person is not there today. But all of us are there now, but that person's absence is felt. So very important pramana Vedanta is mentioning, we can have knowledge of absence of something. Hari Om. This is what happens in deep sleep. When we get up, we say there was nothing, knowledge of absence. But the knower is there. Hari Om, I hope we are finding it interesting because people say, no, this knowledge is very, very dry. But if you are finding dry, then I do not know. This is super pramana, anupalabdhi. But I mentioned second example, we are not finding absence of tiger because tiger was never there. So now those who know Bhaja Govindam. So today we will go to Bhaja Govindam and remember that verse. Jnate tatve ka sansara. When this jnana happens of Brahman, sansar disappears. But I will have knowledge of absence. Thank you, Nandini. You're finding it interesting. I want some feedback because some people say this is like too dry or too high. No, this is very interesting because this happens in day-to-day life. And how to use this knowledge? Then we have to ask whatever I know, whatever I'm gossiping, whatever I'm telling about people, it has no validity. First of all, it is not following any 4 parameters, and then on what basis and then I must ask. So last time when we did Pramana Vichar, we had practiced this. Okay, what you are talking here right now, is it inference or is it Anumana or is it Anupalabdhi or it is Pratyaksha Pramana or it is Shabda Pramana? What Pramana on which you are basing your communication? So Gayatri has taken screenshot. So next time she will announce Anupalabdhi Pramana. But Gayatri was absent last time. And she messaged me that I was absent last time. So I got knowledge of absence. So very important. We can have absence. We can have knowledge of nothingness. We can have knowledge of everythingness. So now Pratyaksha Pramana is required to know Jagata. Anumana required to know self is not the body. Now we are not going into detail, but we must know where it is used in logic. How do you know that I am not the body? This is very important because the entire Vedanta is based on neti neti. Okay, the logic is the observer cannot be the observed. So neti, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this, I am not this. This is called as Vedantic meditation. Arthapatti required to know substratum of Jagat is Brahman. So when we read Upanishad, when we read higher text, when these sentences come and when these mantras come, I know this pramana they are using. This is based on this pramana. So we are doing this introduction. Upamana is required to know appearing reality is different than the shell and silver. What appears in front of us as Jagata, it is not the real thing. The real thing is different. So last time I had mentioned this, and then with this example we will close. Last time I remember when I had mentioned this example, people had liked it very much. So last time we had mentioned that how would you know what is the difference between real flower and artificial flower? Both are kept at a distance of 10 feet. By seeing, both are looking same. So one is that suppose I come next day, the artificial flower will remain same, but the real flower will slightly become dull. The colors will fade. Fragrance and will wither away. So that which withers away, fragrance goes, the flower drops its head, and the color is dry, and slowly it will become dark. It is real. Artificial flower remains the same even after you see after 1 month. Yes, right. But what I'm going to say is the basis of what Adi Shankaracharya said finally, if I want to remember in Vedanta one sentence. Jagan Mithya Brahma Satya, because world appears same every day. That means it must be unreal. Same sun, same moon, same star, same, it appears same. So what that which appears same day after day, month after month, year after year, yuga after yuga cannot be real. It is only an appearance. Cannot be the reality. Because reality doesn't change. The real reality doesn't change. So what is appearing may not be the... There is only one example in a monologous way. Huh? So if the flower is not changing and it remaining same, then it is artificial. If the flower is withering, it is real. So same thing with Jagat. The Jagat is appearing same fresh, same color, same thing remains. So Jagat is artificial. Brahman is real. Jagan Mithya Brahma Satya. So I hope you are enjoying. And with this introduction, we have done Pramana Vichar in short. And next we are going to enter into what Pratima's question, what is Veda, and next what is Upanishad, and then where this Upanishad comes, and then the first mantra we will see. There also we have one Shanti mantra, which is a huge commentary that we are going to take last. Om Purnamada Purnamidam. So any questions anyone has? Those who want to leave can leave, but we'll just complete the Shanti mantra, which is the mantra of this Upanishad. Madaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Maha. Hari Om. So this mantra belongs to this Upanishad, and this is chanted first. So once we start the Upanishad first mantra, before that Vidya will chant first this and then that mantra. That is a process.